audience portion tonight comes from Vernon Miles,
who's also a write-in. And what would you do to popularize George Mason student government and get more people involved in things like student government elections? Thank you.
I would say utilizing things like the homepage for George Mason, because a lot of people go to that on a daily basis but don't actually know what student government does. So I would put our link on the first page, have votes on like things that saying, hey, we're voting on this resolution or we're voting on this bill to appropriate money. Post that on the main page, post that on the Facebook group right before it happens. Let students know what's going on in student government so that they can actually know, hey, $1,000 is going to a dean's dinner. Do you want that or do you don't? Make sure you voice that concern to the students.
So, along with that electronic outreach, we definitely want to, people respond to incentives. So, incentives like, giveaways, simple giveaways here and there, we definitely like to expand on that. Where you guys at?
Thank you.
Thank you, Vernon, for that very important question. We want to work on that, actually. So there's many things that I think we can do to increase. I think Jordan's going to speak about them in a second. The thing that I want to highlight, one thing that's really great about the people I've gotten to work with in student government, we don't care about the credit. At the end of the day, it's not as if, when you have so many organizations working on something, for example, bringing the President of the United States to campus, you have a lot of organizations fighting to say who gets to introduce him, who gets to have that tag. We don't care about that. At the end of the day, we're really focusing on getting things done, working with those organizations to achieve it. So.
And just one thing that I would add is that I do, as of right now, I work for Weekends at Mason, and we put on a lot of events, and that is a lot of advertising. Let me tell you, but I'm up putting up flyers everywhere, holding kiosks, everything. And that is just teaching me what I need to do to get out the word about SG. But just to reiterate, we don't do anything to say, ooh, look, we just did this. No, we are here to help these students every day. I promise you, even if you just know me as that guy that screams and gives me cookies on Wednesdays, that's okay. As long as you also know that when you see that guy, come and tell him this is what I want to see changed and fixed at Mason. But SG, I feel like we do have a really good name, and I think, as always, it can grow stronger.
Thank you. All right, finally, we're going to have 3 minutes apiece for a closing statement by each of our tickets. And so, since they went second for the introductions, first we have Mr. Williams and Mr. Foster.
So I guess moving forward, our slogan with this campaign has been that we want to put the student back into student government. There are two ways to run a student government. As a mock government, fighting about rules and constitutionality, or you can treat it as a student lobby, focusing on being cheerleaders for the students, lobbying for the students, advocating for the initiatives. Everything that Jordan and I have worked on, everything that we plan on working on next year, again, as Jordan has so often highlighted, it's just a few things. Everything we plan on working on comes from what the students have said they want done. And the reason it's so few things is because we believe that student government should not be packed with all these things on its own agenda with no room for the students. We want to put ourselves out there. The key with What Do You Want Wednesday is not just saying, what do you want to see, but it's about engaging students. Saying, you represent an organization, you are an individual, what ideas do you have, and what role can we play to facilitate bringing that idea to Mason? It's what catalyzed everything we have worked on and everything we are going to work on. It's making student government a student lobby, not a mock government.
And, excuse me, and also on that same point is, please do not forget, we have not spent the past 2 years in SG. As I said, I've been a patron leader, I've been in class councils, I've worked at the info desk. And it's not that we don't want to just sit out here and say, oh, we can do this to fix this and do that to fix that. No, we have this knowledge now that we know how to fix almost anything. I'm not saying it will get fixed, but I'm saying we know those first steps. We know how to get there. We know who to go talk to. Use our brain. Use our knowledge. I don't care if you're a freshman or a senior. It's probably something that I can help you with. Put us to work. we want you all to help us put the student back in student government.